So guys, good morning, guys. I hope you guys are doing great. Andrew, yes, I will talk about Apple as well. But Apple, if we just talk straight about it, morning, G Money. On Apple, we were up, I think, from 155 entry on 155 puts for October. Now, Andrew, one thing you must understand for October Apple puts, our entry was $1.55 and they were trading at 257, I believe, just a couple of days ago. Now, one thing you need to understand is on managing perspective, I might have $10,000 in my account and I might only be in with one contract, for example, which is $155. All right. So, which I can let it run to 5 or 6 or 7 if I'm looking for a great play. Or depending on my risk tolerance, I would put a stop loss on this and just exit, right? And one person also has a $10,000 account and he might have maybe 10 contracts at 1550. Now, these are two different accounts now. One only had one contract at 155, the other had 1550, right? The way to manage this will be obviously different for both accounts. On 1500, you could easily scale out, sell some, and hold some for maybe break even and exit. You scale out slowly, right? And this person, because it's 155, me when I go into my contracts, like swing, I hold them. I want more juice out of them, right? If Apple really goes for, my target was 165 roughly. I did not sell. I should have maybe scaled out some. I had obviously many more contracts, but I didn't. For me, it's a swing. I'm looking for 155 to around 4 or so, and sometimes you have to sit on those positions. Now, if Apple continues holding above 170 and goes towards 175, 180. These also go down to 50 cents maybe, and I understand that. That's a risk I'm willing to take, right? So when the Apple puts were up based on your account, you should scale some or sell some based on your account, unless you also want to swing it for maybe higher profits, right? Okay. So for Apple, I'm just leaving it alone. I'm not worried, right? Maybe Apple does this for a while. Maybe it does, and they're still green, by the way. They're still up. Maybe it does this, maybe it does this, and maybe all of a sudden we might get the 159, 160, right? So my ultimate target is this area right here on Apple in the next coming weeks, right? And here I'll manage. But obviously time decay is not our friend, and but for now I think it's fine. It's just retesting. Let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. And going back on SPX, our volatility trigger, I forgot now. Was the volatility trigger? It remains the same, 4140. Okay, it remains the same at 4140. And SPX, nice little uptrend here, nice little up, right? And then we had this little retest of this supply and demand zone. And now the only thing is Jackson Hole. Some things you guys need to know. If you guys pull up SPX options, which you guys watch every day, one thing you don't understand: options are priced higher. Why are they priced higher? Because of Jackson Hole, right? We all know from Powell's speech that big moves can happen, right? Hence, there's a bigger premium movement. All right. So personally, until 10:30, I will not be touching any SPX options, because around 11 o'clock, 11:15, I'm shifting the IV to drop, hopefully, and then we can see whichever direction looks good, jump on that direction. Because yesterday I was looking at 4100 puts, they were going for I think $78 around 4160, and they were too expensive. For me, that's way too expensive. Let's see what happens today. Jackson Hole will give us a nice little trend in the coming days, I believe, for a couple of 100 points on SPX, and then we'll see what happens from there. All right. So I'm open to both sides. Whatever comes, we'll play accordingly. And let's see. I don't know really what's going to happen from here. We'll actually see which way we want to go, right? And then we have the FOMC end of September, right? Towards the ending of September. And one thing you want to keep an eye on this month is the monthly closings. By any chance this candle goes below, so we opened at 4112. Wow, we opened at 4112, so we're not that far. We closed below 4150, I would say. No, sorry, 4100. This will be a very bearish candle, like a toppy candle. Like on a dip, it will be a very toppy candle, and then we'll see what happens in the coming months. Okay, and it'll be something to see. Okay, so one more dips we had. Yep. Because on a monthly, this is our little recovery. Let's see what happens, and maybe for 1-2 months hold, maybe September, we'll see what happens if September wants to give it, right? We can easily go here from here, and whatever happens, God knows, and then eventually this target gets filled. This is my personal opinion, but apart from that, I'm also open to this if something like this happens, right? If something like this happens, then I'm open to this as well. Okay, so both sides, staying open-minded. Anyways, but my main target is this right here, this zone right here. to be honest. This might be an ultimate target. I think that's when the economy really fixes itself. And DXY dollar, so gave up a little bit of gains. Let's go on the daily chart. Monthly still looks great. Daily is trading under 108 now. A little weakness here. Let's see into Jackson Hole if we can bull flag and reverse this right back up. If that happens, that we go up, then equities will have downside pressure, as we know, right? US 10-year rates are kind of giving up. One trade that I'm looking at today is the TLT. I might go long TLT today just for because I think TLT is about to have some good inflows, right? I read some stuff yesterday. And also I've been waiting for a dip to buy in TLT. Now so far this is a nice little downtrend from a long-term time frame, but I think TLT is about to get some inflows possibly. All right, so I'm going to be watching this, and this will sort of be a hedge into my account as well possibly, right? And so I'm going to add some TLT long, and I'll buy time like April, May for next year, right? Because in case if we do get the lows here, at least I can average down in the coming months if I have to. Okay, so I'm staying very open, broad-minded on this one. And then obviously I'm looking, my target would be 120 on this, right? 120-ish. So I think we can get 120 from here. And USD JPY, keep an eye on this today. I think from Jackson Hole we're about to get a big move on this. Let's see how this one plays out. Euro USD is just holding about parity. It's holding about 1. They're holding these lows for now. Let's see how long can they hold. Can they reverse back from here? Europe really doesn't look too good. AWG is the Germany index. Going through this last night, Germany's condition is not too great, as we all know. But let's see if you can get some relief rallies on this. If there is any, if EWG breaks down, guys, I'm telling you that's the start of something worse. All right, keep an eye on EWG. It's already broken down so much, but if it takes out these lows by any chance in the coming days, weeks, months, whenever that happens, it's not going to be a good situation. EWG, right? This chart you should have done all your you should look at it once in a week at least, just to see what's going on in Germany and stuff. And Baba had amazing flows yesterday. What an amazing move, and it's up. I wish I had bought Baba. And we were talking about this yesterday, right? But I just didn't like the gap up the way it does usually. But today, amazing move. And I would target this zone right here roughly on Baba. If anybody's in, this is a zone I would target, right? This right here, which happens to be roughly just 107, 110 area. Today, if it's already trading at 106, there's a good chance that we test this zone where these wicks got rejected, basically around 110, right? This area right here. So roughly 110, I would say, because that's the 105 had a lot of exposure yesterday. 103 had it. 107, 108, 110. The Baba flow was really strong yesterday, guys, and a nice little volume here too. So let's see if we can get a nice little pop towards 110 today. That would be nice. And then the coming days, I'm going to be looking for a bull flag retest, and then maybe going long Baba. And with that, LB's plan is also in pre-market. Right, he's looking for the VIX to gap fill right here, and I think this can happen today. Maybe if we do spike into Jackson Hole, anything happens, and then we'll see what happens later on, right? And apart from that, thank you so much. I'm gonna go have my tea. I'll see you guys on voice chat, live trading on voice chat. I talk about gamma all day, guys. Come join us on voice chat in my stock life Discord. See you guys.